everybody. Welcome to the Suncoast Saltwater Shootout virtual weigh-in and award ceremony presented by Yellowfin. Tom Porter, Treasurer of the Palmetto Athletic and Academic Association, here with Chris Bussell, Director for TigerVision. How you doing, Chris?
Good. How's it going, Tom?
Not too bad. Beautiful day out here.
You couldn't ask for a better day. A little on the hot side.
Just a little bit. Hey, we're talking about this fishing tournament and everything, and I've never actually fished in a fishing tournament myself. I like to fish, recreationally, but I've never done a fishing tournament myself. Tell me a little bit about what goes into the preparation and the actual execution by a captain for a fishing tournament.
Yeah, fishing tournaments today, they're serious business. As far as what goes into it is, it can be really extensive, or you can just be out here to have a good time. I'd put into it probably about 3 different categories of fishermen that fish tournaments now. You have the real tryhards, the real go-getters. They work hard, fishing their spots weeks ahead of time, getting those tides dialed down, knowing the fish that are there, when they feed, and those are the teams that usually strive to success. No doubt about it. Then you got the secondary teams. They're here to have a good time. They like to fish. All of them are pretty good anglers. They like to fish, but they don't have the time, or they don't put in the work, and that's fine. They fish for a good time. Then there's that third class. They get lucky. They catch good fish, but they're there just to support. They're here for Palmetto, for the community. They're here to have a good time. A lot of them are sponsors, and they just put together a group of their buddies, sometimes families, and they have fun fishing. They just have fun fishing.
Well, it's my understanding there's a TigerVision crew that participated this weekend, and you were part of that crew.
Yeah.
If I were to ask someone else what category that team would go into, would you be the professional? Would you be the mid-grade ham and egger out there having a good time, or would you be the guy just showing up that doesn't know how to fish and just wanting to help support?
I'll be honest. We were probably that second group this year.
Second to third, probably?
Yeah, okay. There's been years that we really try and we really dial it in. Then there's those years where I haven't at all. This was one of those years. I have a great crew. The TigerVision crew, we work our butts off. We didn't fish at all today. We had to get. We had to get here. We had to set up. The judges came in. We had to make sure they had an area to calculate all the scores, get all that going. Meanwhile, me, Chad, and Jordan are running around trying to get all the audio so me and Tom could be here today. Turns out Tom doesn't really know a lot about fishing, so I'm here to. I don't either.
Lived here my whole life.
But out of TigerVision crew, I'm here to kind of walk Tom through this.
And he's much better at fishing than he is at holding the microphone clearly up to his mouth. So he's going to work on that as we continue this tournament.
Yes.
So we did what was cool this time. A lot of interactive communication between the boats and our staff here, and we're getting information about the conditions and the weather and things like that. Obviously, we had great weather this weekend.
Oh yeah.
There wasn't much rain at all that I've heard about. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It was a beautiful weekend, kind of hot and muggy.
Hot being the key thing. Conditions overall were perfect. Tides weren't great, but good enough for people to catch fish. From my understanding, there were some good fish caught, but we'll get to that. The biggest conditional-wise fishing problem we had, I'd have to say, is the muckgrass. Tom, the muckgrass. Some would call it gumbo. It makes fluorocarbon leader no longer invisible to fish. It was terrible. Trying to keep a bait out there, right when you get a good fish chasing that bait, that shiner or pinfish, whatever you're using for bait, just swims right into that muckgrass, and then that fish immediately loses interest. And it really, I'd say the TigerVision crew yesterday when we fished, we went to probably 8 or 9 spots that we pulled up to, saw good fish, but it's unfishable. Yeah. It's just unfishable conditions.
So as the captain of a team, how do you combat that? What do you do when you realize you got all this muckgrass going on? How do you adjust, and how do you go catch the fish somewhere else? What are you looking to do?
Burn more fuel, find more spots. From my understanding, wish we weren't part of them. But a lot of the teams, and there are good fish. It's not my style of fishing. I prefer to flats fish, Tom. I like to be on the flats. I like to fish those potholes and follow the fish with the tide. A lot of these big fish teams, and they came in hot this year, but they fished the passes. They're very patient teams. They got those fish dialed, and no doubt about it, they have come through this year. It's just not my style of fishing. I'm no good at it, clearly.
Yeah. I heard there was a lot of wade fishing going on. Some of the biggest fish were caught from people that were out wade fishing off of the boats. Jump off the boats and
absolutely down the beaches. There's a lot of wade fishermen. Generally, our area, everybody wade fishes. There are teams that fish strictly from the boat, but it's a traditional thing here in Manatee County, in Florida, to wade fish. Well, without a doubt, we all like to wade fish. It puts you right there with the fish. And in my personal opinion, it makes fish a lot easier to land when you're in the water with the fish. Now, there are problems with wade fishing. One of the biggest problems in a tournament like this with all pictures, you have to walk all the way back to that boat, keeping that fish fully revived. We don't want to kill any fish, especially some of these big snook that came in. You got to walk back to the boat and keeping that fish in the water and try not to injure the fish at all, because we want those fish to continue breeding. It is the time of year where snook are breeding. They are all moving off to the beaches, which is probably why a lot of our fish came from the beaches. Well,
obviously this is a huge fishing community, and I just want to take a second while we're talking about community to talk about some news that happened this week, and that is the passing of Chris Atkinson, who was a member of this board. He was instrumental in this fishing tournament and several other PAAA events, both past and future, that we are planning. He was a sergeant with the sheriff's office. He was a member of the local Shriners. He was a member of the DeSoto crew in Bradenton for many, many, many years. He was also a Mason. I mean, this guy was absolutely community-minded. We lost him yesterday morning. The first day of the fishing tournament, heartbreaking for all of us. It weighed heavy on us. Many of you will know Chris Atkinson. I won't need to tell you. If those of you who haven't, you're going to see it on Facebook, because he was a giant in this community, and most especially north of the river here. So huge loss for all of us. For Robbie Stevenson, another member here, worked closely with him. They were great friends, and I know it's hard for Dawn and the girls, and we just want to send out our thoughts and prayers from the PAAA to just the family and the friends and everybody that's hurting with us for this. So
go ahead.
Without further ado, we're going to talk about some of the. We're going to go ahead and move to a moment of silence for Chris, just to honor his memory and what he meant to this community. Thank you. We appreciate that. So obviously everybody wants to learn about the fish. How did it go? What's the outcome? Did my team win? How big was their fish? How big is our fish? So obviously we have some fish that we're going to take a look at here that'll give us a little story about what happened this weekend.
Yeah, there were some great fish. I didn't get all of them. There were a lot that came in right at 2, and our graphics guys, Chad and Jordan, they've been running around like crazy. But we did get some of our early fish that came in. We'd like to show y'all at home. Some of the highlights. Second one. Some of the highlights right here. We didn't have many spearfishing teams.
Really?
And the conditions were optimal for our spearfishing.
Well, I know a lot of guys that do spearfish at the sheriff's office and other places locally, so I'm surprised.
I was too. I think we only had 2 spearfishing teams, and there was plenty of room for more. Now, given the fish that came in spearfishing, it's pretty impressive. But we had, I think it was Team Off the Wall Adventures, Captain Sean Durrance. Jordan and Chad, can y'all throw up that? Look at those 2 really nice hogfish. Massive. The biggest one out of those 2 was 31 inches.
Wow.
That's a big hogfish.
That is a big hogfish.
That's a big hogfish.
That's a good eating fish too.
Absolutely. Table fare wise, I'd say a hogfish, when it comes to spearfishing in general, it's probably the nicest one.
Clam House, we'll Bahamian fry that thing for you. It'll be awesome.
Oh goodness.
All right.
Chad and Jordan, give me that. They also had a crazy amberjack.
Really? How big was it?
56 inches. Chad and Jordan, will y'all put that up there?
56 inches.
56 inches.
It looks 66. You sure it's 56?
56.
Wow.
It does look it. If y'all would take note, the board is kind of useless. The inshore slam or the shootout boards, they don't use them for a fish of that size.
No.
It's kind of a joke. If we could, let's move on. Now the junior teams. We had some good ones. I believe this is one of the biggest snook to come in.
Yeah, I heard about that snook.
A junior division
What was
bringing
it?
in
36, 37?
43 inches, Tom.
What?
43 inches.
43
with Team
inches.
Wrecked. Captain Andrew Bennett.
Notice the pause.
Clever name, Andrew.
Notice the pause.
Doesn't quite get us, but 43-inch snook. And I did hear a friend of a friend told me that is a personal best.
Wow.
Personal best. Now, if y'all look at that picture, we do round up this year. You know, if it makes it past that 42.5 inches,
Correct.
we go ahead and round that up to 43.
And that was laid out clearly in the rules.
Yes.
Half inch goes up. Anything below that goes down.
Yes. Now moving on. Now everybody's been waiting. They want to hear the shootout division.
Shootout.
Some of those good fishing pictures that came in for that. Let's start with Team Slade'em. Captain Marty Slade.
Did they slay them?
Fairly well.
Fairly well?
We
Okay.
won't move
Okay.
to see how they actually did. But I will give a teaser. I'll give a teaser with a nice 37-inch snook. Now, they might need to take some notes from that junior division.
Maybe Andrew Bennett can give them some lessons on how to get that 43.
Maybe
Yeah,
so.
That'd be nice.
That's a young whippersnapper that's going to be taking over the adult division, I imagine. But can we, Jordan and Chad, will y'all put up that 37-inch snook? All right, so here's the thing with that 37-inch snook. Now, the picture shows it's close to being rounded up to 38. Close. But due to the judges, they looked at it. Now, the angle of that picture, guys, y'all are getting, from what the judges have told me, y'all are getting really creative with your angles. But the judges only awarded this fish 37 inches due to the angle. Too much angle, they're not going to give it to you if the nose is not clearly over that black line.
Well, there was some discussion about next year. The three pictures have to be one from the tail, one from the head, and one straight over, so the judges have a better picture of exactly the length of that fish.
Yeah, there's definitely discussion going on. Creative picture takers, I'll give you all that, but it's not going to cut it. Now let's move on. We got some more shootout teams. Team Whatever It Takes, Captain Matt Van Fleet, with a nice redfish. Tom. A 31-inch redfish.
I like to eat them, obviously.
I mean, I haven't in, 3 years now? Red Tide, we're not even going to get into it.
Come on.
We're not going to get into it. We're not going to get into it.
Good.
All of you fishermen at home, we know how it actually is here in our local waters. The fish are healthy. There's plenty of them. We all have a good time catching fish. Only recreational right now. But a nice 31-inch redfish, very respectable fish. No King Kong, but that's a very respectable fish.
Yeah.
Now let's move on. Chad and Jordan, if you'll put up Atomic Performance, Captain Andrew Gomez. Tom, a 25-inch trout. Have you caught a 25-inch trout before?
I have not, but Matt Brazelton was talking. I think he had like a 17-inch trout. Is that even competitive? Is that competitive, Matt Brazelton?
Who's Matt Brazelton?
Well,
is that even?
Maybe he should.
I don't even think he's relevant right now.
Maybe he should stick to football.
Maybe,
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe he should just do that. You know, that 25-inch trout. That's a respectable trout. You know, any trout over 25, over 20 inches is a respectable trout, without a doubt, 100%.
Any trout over 8 ounces for me works. I like that. 8 ounces.
Yeah.
Blackened.
A blackened trout.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Blackened anything sounds good to me.
Oh, that, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Now.
Yeah, this is an interesting team here, huh? What's up with this?
I don't know how to get into this. There's a team. Team Chris Bussell. It's not my team, Tom.
Sounds familiar.
It's not my team. You know, I don't know if they thought it was going to give them luck, which it clearly didn't. We won't get into that.
Was it a bunch of fat guys?
It might have been.
Bearded fat guys, maybe?
I don't think any of them.
Interesting.
I don't think they got the testosterone on that team to really grow a nice, healthy beard. I can't think of one on that team to successfully do that.
Nice.
But we do have Team Chris Bussell, Captain James Burton, with I'm telling you, that snook. 27-inch snook. I think that was their biggest snook, Tom.
That's the biggest? Well, what was the other snook we had just a minute ago? Wasn't it
43?
43, and that was a kid, right?
That was it, yeah. It was
27, 43 minus. That's what's that, 16 inches shorter?
The picture's even blurry, Tom, which the viewers at home can see. It's not even a good pic. I wouldn't bother taking a good picture of that.
So the juvenile team caught an adult fish, and the adult team caught a juvenile fish, basically, right?
Putting a hurting on unfortunately, Team Chris Bussell. But Captain James Burton, I expected better out of you. Now, in their defense, I've hit them a little bit hard. In their defense, they are a team that I am familiar with, unfortunately. They did have some trials and tribulations.
Okay.
Real bad. They had, first off, a spot. They were far down south. I can't exactly give an exact location. They rode from here down south to a spot they know, and they made it all the way down there, all to have an engine problem. I believe the lower unit on their outboard gave way, just in the channel. Manufacturer defect, I believe. They didn't hit anything. They didn't do anything wrong. It's just bad luck, and I would believe it would be the team name that might have done that to them.
Were they didn't use the other 3 motors on the boat?
No 3 motors.
No?
Just a single outboard.
Motor. Okay.
Single outboard motor.
I see some of these boats out here, and they've got 3 and 4 300s on the back of them, and
yeah.
I don't know if they're going to Terracea Bay, but they're definitely headed south somewhere.
I would love to see a beautiful Yellowfin makes some nice flats.
They do.
Boats, you know.
They really do.
They make great. Yeah, they're technically bay boats, I think, bay style boats, but man, they're wide.
Yeah.
Lot of fishing space.
Yeah.
Lot of fishing space. Great riding boats. But then on top of the engine trouble they had, team Chris Bussell, on top of the engine trouble, they had to call a buddy to drive all the way down south with the trailer to pick them up. And if that wasn't the end of their night, I believe this was going on at about midnight. If that wasn't the end of their trouble, they blow out a tire on their way home. Blow out a trailer tire. So from my understanding, the text messages I woke up to this morning, they blew out a tire. They had to change the tire. They had to get it to another buddy's house, switch boats, switch all their stuff into a new boat, let the committee know what's going on, and then go out in another boat and try and fish. I don't think they've slept. They're probably not watching right now. They're probably sleeping right now, to be honest.
No, I think they're watching, and they're probably pretty upset right now.
Oh, I imagine so.
Pretty upset. You embarrassed them there a little bit.
Ooh.
I'm sure everybody at home is like yelling right now, just tell us who won, but guess what? We're going to wait a little bit longer. So I just want to talk a little bit about our sponsors. So obviously Yellowfin. We were just talking about Yellowfin boats. And great people over at Yellowfin, very community-minded. We actually met the owner when we were shooting the video the other night on Wednesday, getting ready to lay the rules out for you guys. And just a great people. Beautiful boats. I know a few friends that have those, and they're just awesome, good-looking boats.
It's nice to have friends with Yellowfins.
Well, yeah.
It's
I don't
really
want one
nice.
myself if they've got one, so I just jump on theirs and.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I'll just I'll be the first mate.
I still want one myself.
Yeah,
but
I hear you.
One day.
One day. Keep dreaming, buddy.
They're such nice boats.
Riley Begler is the name of the owner of Yellowfin, and just a great guy. And hopefully we're able to, continue this Yellowfin sponsorship and just keep things rolling for the next couple of years. Hopefully next year we can have an in-person, actual fishing tournament and have the party at the end for the weigh-in and all that. So you guys hang on for another year. We're going to get that taken care of. Let's talk about some of our other sponsors. American Pride Golf Carts. They're the sponsor of our Triple Crown event all summer with a couple events we got coming up that you'll be hearing more about. Other sponsors such as Ansboro Aldrich Flooring, Garrett Richard, You're in Good Hands. Help me with some more names here. Who else we got?
Tom, you're part of the committee.
Begley Auto Repair. Is that right, Jordan?
Begley Shell Auto Repair?
No, Begley. Who else we got there, Jordan?
Team Sanzu, I believe.
Sanzu did Speed Kings.
Yeah, most of our fishermen saw Speed Kings. I believe it's all over the boards and everything.
Minnesota Flooring, Chris Quattlebaum and the guys over there, Minnesota, great people. And we bring these names up because we want to. You guys realize it, but I'm just going to say we live in a community that really supports ourselves. Popey's too in Palmetto. Just other companies that absolutely just support. This community is unlike any other community around this area. You see the things on the news that are happening today, and we don't have a lot of that going on in Palmetto and Bradenton and Parrish. It's just, it's a different community. We're small town here. We got a small town feel. Everybody sticks together. These are all guys that come from this community, and they continue to give back not only to us, but to all the schools, all the kids in Manatee County, and several organizations that are here to help the citizens of Manatee County. So, it just really makes it a lot easier to put these functions on and to be able to give $7,500 in prizes.
Absolutely. Yellowfin owner is Wiley. Good guy, great guy. You know, he's very proud to support, be part of this whole thing this year. And don't forget the people that are broadcasting us right now. TigerVision.
TigerVision.
I mean, we gave up half the tournament. We clearly would have won if we had fished the whole thing, Tom.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I heard you guys had to come in like at 2 in the morning just to...
Yeah, to put this on. I got maybe an hour of sleep. Yeah. I don't think Jordan got any. Chad neither. They stayed up putting pictures together, trying to get all this done. I got to go sleep because I'm the captain.
Obviously didn't have time for a shower, though.
No shower.
Clicking Spree? Clicking Spree is another sponsor?
Team Clicking Spree, not Team Clicking Spree. Our sponsor, Clicking Spree. Yeah. They didn't. Clicking Spree didn't sponsor a team this year. Yep. Last year, I believe they did, or the year before. This year, we had Cheap Workman's Comp. Cheap Workman's Comp Florida sponsored us this year. Hold on, we got some information. Let me check this out. Oh, with some of our other sponsors. Thank you, Robbie. Some of our other sponsors. We got Superior Asphalt, Wrench's
Heating and Cooling. That's Brian and Christy Wrench. Yep.
That's right. Ansbro, Aldrich.
David Ansbro,
Aldrich, Flooring.
Yep, absolutely.
Have you used them before?
I have. And, I went to high school with David, and he's a sponsor for the football team. You see his name all over the stadium. And obviously Popey's. Everybody knows Popey's. We covered Gary Richard already, but thank you for that. Just basically, guys, all we're saying is if you're interested in sponsoring next year, if you like the product you've seen this year, get with Jordan Varnador or Robbie Stevenson, one of these guys, and let them know that you're interested. We're trying to grow this thing. We're trying to make this a premier event, and we can only do that if we get the right sponsorships. PAAA's mission is to support athletics and academics in the city of Palmetto. So that could be academic scholarships, which we've said that's a priority for us to academic scholarships, not necessarily for athletes, just for Palmetto students, and supporting all sports at Palmetto High School.
Yeah, it's not just academics. It's athletes and academics. It's them. A lot of the hype just goes to the athletes.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, and we wanted to, given the PAAA,
right?
It's athletes and academics.
Yep.
We want to recognize those students that they're not into sports. They're not into certain things that get them those scholarships.
They're not into fishing.
But academically, you can thrive just by doing your studies and all those things. And as a football player, I'll tell you, I didn't focus on my studies as much as I should. I was having too much fun playing football.
Clearly. So we want to talk a little bit about the buckets with the measuring devices and all that. So that has to be returned to Popey's 2 right here in Palmetto on 8th Avenue, and that is Wednesday night from 5 to 7 p.m. So you can drop by, drop those off, get your $20 back. And then we'll be wrapping up the tournament at that point. Everything will be done. So a couple of different things we have here. So some of these sponsors are not specifically sponsoring the fishing tournament; they're sponsoring other things. So we have Wrench's Cooling and Heating, which is specifically sponsoring our scavenger hunt that we're going to have later. You'll have more details on that as it comes out. Jordan will be putting that out to everybody on the interwebs.
I hear that's a family event, Tom. That's going to be a good time.
I heard that too. The kids are welcome, and it's going to be very inclusive of everybody, and just something that you don't see very often. You see fishing tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
You see all kinds of different fundraisers, golf tournaments.
A town-wide scavenger hunt.
Safe town-wide scavenger. Yeah.
Town-wide scavenger hunt. The turnout should be crazy.
It should be.
It should be crazy.
I'll be the first one to tell you, when Robbie Stevenson brought up this idea, I thought he was crazy. But the more I talk to people, the more support I see for it. Oh, that's cool, something different. It's not just a bunch of guys going out fishing on a boat or playing golf.
Tom, there's nothing wrong with that. Think of our viewers.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Think of our viewers right now.
But there are other people in Manatee County that would enjoy this type of interaction. So, that is something that we're working on and trying to make that a first-time event for us, and we're really excited about that.
So the dates haven't been set for that yet. So we want all of our viewers, tell friends, be on the lookout for that. The sign-up's going to be coming up shortly. The dates and everything, when that's all going to be going on, that'll be coming out shortly. Robbie, via where? Facebook, probably.
Oh, listen. It'll be on
TigerVision Facebook page. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be posted. Probably some signs and stuff. It'll be posted everywhere.
Yeah, that'll be the second leg of the summer series. So, and one thing, if you've watched TigerVision, you know the one thing that we have is technology, IT. We have these guys. We have Jordan, who's a genius. We have Chad. Jordan, don't remember that I said that, but Chad, who can make any graphic you can imagine. Everything you're seeing pop up, Chad just types it out and throws it up there, and it's pretty awesome.
Tom, it's very simple. Jordan signs us up. Jordan backs everything, and then it goes straight to Chad to make everything happen.
Yeah, Jordan's a scam artist, I think. Right?
Chad makes it all happen. Jordan signs us up. He's there for it all. Jordan signs us up. He gets us in these things. Chad's there to make it all happen, and I'm just here to do.
So that's
here to do.
That's the second leg. That is the second leg of the scavenger hunt of the Triple Crown series. So the third leg is going to be Vegas Nights. Now, anybody who attended Vegas Nights last year, I'm going to tell you, we had probably 200 people on Vegas Nights last year. We gave away a four-wheeler. We raffled off a four-wheeler. We raffled off an AR-15 gun, a trip to Puerto Rico, a trip to Costa Rica it was.
And this year's a golf cart?
A golf cart from American Pride.
One.
American Pride golf cart. Yep.
Those are the Bentley.
Those are the nice ones. Those are the nice ones. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you, when you're hearing me say this, you don't know what that is. I'm gonna tell you, we had 10 tables to include blackjack, roulette, poker, 3-card poker.
I can play 3-card poker. I don't have to think that much.
Several different games.
So I could have a shot at this golf cart. I hear it is loaded. It's got everything.
Yeah.
Everything. All the bells and whistles.
Oh yeah.
Stereo system that'll drain the batteries.
Yes.
Faster than you driving it. It's got air ride?
Air ride.
Air ride.
Oh man, it's nice. And I'll tell you this.
Wow.
Last year we had, like I said, we had probably 200 people at this event, and people were begging us, saying, "Hey, I want to sponsor this event next year." We had people leaving saying, "Why didn't you call me to sponsor this event?" So when you see these tickets go on sale, you need to jump on that. It's a good time.
I missed out last year.
Oh my goodness.
I missed out.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware. I was late. I could not make it happen, and you standing here rubbing in my face right now, it's a bit painful. But I will make this one without a doubt. There's no doubt I'll be there. I'd like a golf cart.
Guys, we're buying some time here. The judges are pouring over these results. They're trying to make sure they give it the due diligence it needs to make sure this is a legitimate scoring.
Yeah.
So me and Chris are just going to ramble for a couple more minutes until we get those.
We
scores.
are, and this is the viewer's fault.
Why we're not playing with you. We're not playing.
It's the viewer's fault. You guys have gotten very crafty with your picture taking, from my understanding. You guys have gotten very crafty. The angles are just outrageous.
I'd be interested to see what people thought about the picking up the buckets and all that out there on the barge versus doing it in a marina or something like that.
I didn't mind it. I didn't get to really take off at the shotgun start because Chad and Jordan did a lot for the tournament and everything, set up, organizing the buckets, the whole committee, but they were there assisting.
Yeah.
And me and my dad, who's also on our team, we had to go work to get bait and everything first thing in the morning.
Yep.
And then show up to the barge, and we made it 5 minutes early, right before the shotgun start, all to sit there and watch all the boats take off. Well, we had to wait because
we made the rule change that if every boat got there, we would start it early. So you were the guy that everybody was upset at when you pulled up 5 minutes before shotgun
Well, you know what? I had better bait than all of you, and it doesn't show based on what I caught. But I will say this is probably the longest time I've ever stood out here on the Manatee River without a rod and reel in my hand.
Yeah, I hear you.
This is quite painful.
Well, while we have this time, we wanted to mention specifically Paul and Logan Hayden. They are the owners of American Pride golf carts. They're really good people, and you can find their shop on the corner of Lena Road and State Road 64. Logan will take care of you. They are great customer service people, and they will definitely look out for you and make sure if you're looking for a golf cart, that's the place to go. Are you looking for a golf cart?
No, I am.
Is your wife?
No, she's
okay.
not.
Well,
I could tell she would love one, but she just allowed me to buy a new motor for the boat, and that's where I get cut off, I think, for a little while.
Well, Robbie's running back to the trailer. I'm assuming he's going to get us some scores. So, as we look out over here over the beautiful Manatee River, guys, beautiful day. It's been raining every damn afternoon. Excuse my language. It's been raining every afternoon. But today's beautiful. This whole weekend's been beautiful. And, it's been a great tournament. It really has. So I see somebody walking this way with a piece of paper. Jennifer Albritton is coming around. And I think this might be
She's taking her sweet time, Tom.
She is.
I mean, I really
she's almost
wish
sashaying over here.
I really wish she'd hurry up.
Yeah.
I'm about to be with the viewers right now, and a little. Let's go.
Well, let me read it
What do we
since you
got?
are a competitor and I don't even know how to fish.
Oh, boy.
Okay, here we go.
Where are we going to start, Tom?
Well, spearfish.
Spearfishing.
Third place.
Third place.
Nobody. Only
No.
2 teams.
We could just take it then.
Yeah.
at that
Tom
point.
Porter won the
There we
spearfishing
go.
third place.
There
No,
we go.
just kidding. Just kidding. All right. So, spearfishing division with a total of 76 points. Salty Boys.
Second place.
Second
Hey, Salty
place.
Boys.
Salty Boys.
You know, I think Salty Boys, y'all came. Now, the spearfishing, they had a little extra time because they went offshore. If you went offshore to catch inshore fish, then your fault. But spearfishing teams had a little extra time to send in their pictures. Unfortunately, we couldn't show you any of their pictures. The conditions might have got a little rough today, so they probably a little slow getting in.
Yeah.
And then what do we got?
So that means number one, the other team in the division with 114 points. That's a big advantage over.
Now we saw
76.
some of their fish. First place, then.
That's the double hogfish hanging up.
Man.
I mean, great fish.
You know, that's a guy that eats fish.
That's a guy.
He only needed
I'd like
one,
to know that guy.
but his family would like another.
I bet I can eat more than he can.
Hey.
So with first place in the spearfishing division is Off the Wall Adventures. So congratulations, Off the Wall Adventures and Salty Boys. We're trying to grow this category next year. We hope you guys will talk to your friends, get them involved, and we really want to make the spearfishing tournament portion of the tournament a lot bigger.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's 2 teams next year, I'm going to enter. Third place paid.
Yeah.
Third place paid. I think it was $300.
Wow.
It was $200 entry fee. I could have just entered and made $100.
Wow.
But I don't know how to spearfish, I'll be honest.
Well, me neither.
Let's look at the juniors, Tom.
So junior division in third place with a 28-inch red, a 21-inch trout, and no snook. The Parish Outlaws with 49 points. Parish Outlaws. I'm from Parish. Well, I'm from Palmetto, but I live in Parish, and so I may know them boys.
I'd love to hear from that team. I bet you they lost some snook, and they're quite
I
frustrated.
bet they did. All right, in second place with a 34-inch snook, a 37-inch red, and a 19-inch trout, slightly bigger than Matt Brazelton's, is the team Locally Known with 90 points. 90 points. 90 points.
You know, and between those, we'll get there. Let's see that. Let's see first place.
So first place and second place were decided by 1 point.
1 point.
1 point. So with a 43-inch snook, a 28-inch red, and a 20-inch trout. Man, that snook really made a big difference.
That snook made a big difference.
Big difference.
Let's not take away from Locally Known. Okay,
Yeah.
Locally Known. That redfish really set them above. I'm sure they ate up a lot of time for the tournament to catch that redfish.
Yep.
But that's what made it happen for them.
They had very respectable fish. All 3 fish were very respectable.
All they needed was that trout. But hey, good job, Team Rectum.
Team
Good
wrecked,
job.
wrecked,
Wrecked,
with 91 points. Team wrecked.
Good job.
Good job, guys. So that's third place Parish Outlaws with 49 points. Huge jump to number 2, Locally Known with 90 points, and then with the first place prize with 91 points, wrecked. So
Clever.
Good job,
Clever.
guys. That's the junior division. You got to expect that kind of
You
stuff.
expect that from the junior.
So, is your refrigerator running?
Yeah.
You better go catch it. All right. So, okay, the big one, guys. The shootout itself. Okay, this is the big one. So, with a 40-inch snook, good-sized snook, 30-inch red, and a 20-inch trout for a total of 90 points is Hoff Enterprises. Third place goes to Hoff Enterprises.
That's a respectable catch. Tom.
Absolutely.
That's a very respectable catch.
I don't even know what I'm talking about, but it sounds respectable.
I mean,
That's pretty
round
cool.
numbers.
Yeah, hey.
It's almost like, they planned it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Second place, just beating them out by 3 points.
3-point
with
margin.
a 35-inch snook, a 33-inch red, and a 25-inch trout for a total of 93 points. Atomic Performance.
Now, the trout's what set that team there.
Yeah,
See, this
25.
when it comes to, doing a fishing tournament, it's planning your fish. Looking at your points and what can you upgrade, and clearly that team did it.
Absolutely.
A 25-inch trout, that's a significant upgrade from the other 2 top 3 teams.
8 inches bigger than Matt Brazelton's.
Probably.
Awesome. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, so that's just the last one is first place. So with a 41-inch snook, a 35-inch red, and a 22-inch trout with 98 points is Rats on Cheese. Number 1 team for the shootout, Rats on Cheese. Congratulations. That's $2,000.
$2,000.
$2,000. That's
I'm going to have
prize.
to try harder next year, Tom.
You're going to have to try a lot harder. Maybe you shouldn't do the show. Maybe you should just fish.
Yeah,
Leave the show to the
we
professionals.
had respectable fish, Tom. Not near there. A 34-inch snook, a our trout was kind of pitiful. Just 20. We could not beat a 20. And then a 27-inch redfish. I mean, all fish that could have been upgraded, and we couldn't make it happen.
That's it.
Those teams, especially the juniors. I wonder how old those boys are. I
bet you they're not too old.
I probably will quit once they make it to the adult
There you
division.
go. There you
I
go.
don't stand a chance.
Well, I'll tell you this: we're probably losing viewers already who didn't win a place. But I'll tell you, if you contact Jordan Varnador with the numbers we gave you, we'll be able to contact you and mail out these checks for all the winners. We appreciate you guys all competing. Go ahead.
Yeah, we still have biggest fish awards to go out.
Oh, biggest fish.
We got biggest fish.
Oh, that's right. They didn't give me
You
biggest
crafty
fish.
people with your pictures, just this is all the viewers' faults. It really delaying because I even want to know this information. Did you get to find out?
Well, maybe.
They
told me, but I don't know what it means. So I just kind of.
We got told me. Tom's actually part of the committee. I got told, no, you're here just to talk.
It's the beard.
It's the beard.
It's the beard.
Someone had to make up for Tom's lack of.
Who was the Bucks quarterback a couple years that had that kind of?
I don't watch NFL, Tom.
What's
I
his
have
name?
no idea.
Fitzpatrick, Fitzmagic. Yeah, that's who it was.
Oh.
You got the Fitzmagic,
when
but
they
for the
could
boat,
throw a ball?
except you're not good at fishing.
What do we got?
That's
what do
it
we
is.
got?
All right, Robbie's handing us some indiscriminate notes here. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the sponsors again because Robbie keeps telling us to talk about the sponsors. So there's
the two big events. Okay, not the sponsors.
Okay.
Robbie has handed us a lot of information. And again, because y'all got crafty with your pictures.
Yeah.
Straight up and down, guys. Straight up and down. These angles, it's like they've had to use these angles before for other photos. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So Robbie, our on-set director here, who's running around
back and forth
like a chicken with his head cut off.
Yeah.
He's trying his best. He's much better at kicking than he is at directing, obviously. So,
normally I do the directing.
Yeah.
And now things I feel like I've directed for you, Tom.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
For a lot of sporting events.
It's a tough gig. It's a tough gig.
I'm tight, but I'm on it.
And you know what? We have such a great organization here with TigerVision and all the things we do.
Is amazing.
I mean, technology and the amount of volunteers.
Yeah.
And then it all comes down to me being the face.
Yeah, that was the only part that wasn't fully thought through.
Right.
You kind of fell into it, and you're not bad.
I'm grandfathered, right?
Yeah, you're not bad at
I'm
it.
grandfathered.
I think you handle it quite well.
Okay, all right. Well,
most of the time.
Most of the time. I have a few slip-ups.
I'm starting to feel your pain with. I've run out of things to talk about.
Oh yeah, well,
and this is the first time it's not our fault. It's not our fault. It is.
It's the judges' fault right now because they're
I'm not
taking
gonna blame
forever.
the judges.
I'm blaming the judges.
I saw the one picture that we got to show the viewers.
Yeah.
Crafty, very crafty. But what are these events?
So we talked about the scavenger hunt. So every event has a main sponsor. So the main sponsor for this event was Yellowfin. So Yellowfin is the title sponsor. They're the driving force behind everything. Generally, they give the most money to help get this thing going.
Yeah.
So the next event, the scavenger hunt, which we talked about, a family-friendly event all across Manatee County, bringing items in, checking them off and see who gets it done the quickest. That is sponsored. The main sponsor will be Wrenches Heating and Cooling. Now, I'll tell you, Brian and Christy Wrench. I went to school with Christy. I've known Brian for a long time. They do all my AC work at my house. I'm going to take one from Brian Varnador and go, I had my AC repaired the other day by Brian Wrench, which is really true. So they're a good Manatee County family. Christy Wrench, her father, Butch Hughes, the gymnasium is named after him at Palmetto.
That's true.
I mean,
that's true.
What a legacy for that family,
Speaking of local businesses, we really need to be supporting them right now.
Yep.
After this whole quarantine thing, yes, we're all 6 feet apart. Me and Tom, we quarantined together, I guess you could say, so it's kind of doesn't matter. But yes, given all that happened, a lot of local businesses are hurt. And if there's anybody to support, it's local business.
Absolutely.
And we can't emphasize that enough. Local family-owned businesses are just locally owned, not just big business like Walmart. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Walmart, but if you can get it from your local mom and pop shop,
right,
as opposed to do it. Support local business.
I saw a thing on Facebook that says, just remember Walmart and all these main stores don't sponsor your kid's baseball team.
That's right.
You know, when we're doing things
Walmart
like
didn't
this.
give TigerVision or PAAA any money to do this. We got it from all of our sponsors. They're the ones that made this happen.
They make a big difference.
Absolutely.
While we're talking about the Wrench family, I would be remiss if I did not mention Warren Wrench. Warren Wrench passed away a few weeks ago, maybe a month now. And, you know, we just lost a big Chris Atkinson. Chris Atkinson, 6'5", 340 pounds. And Warren, probably 5 foot. But I tell you what, he had a heart as big as anybody you've ever seen.
Warren was probably the nicest man you'd ever speak to. Would do anything for you. 2020 has been rough. It's been rough. We've lost some solid men this year that didn't deserve, and it was too soon for them, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
This was definitely a favorite event for them. They had a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah.
They had a lot of fun. Warren loved these fishing tournaments. He had a good time at them, especially Chris. He was always there to check out some of those fish pictures.
Yeah, absolutely. He was a staple on the sideline. He helped paint the field. He was just that guy that was always there if you needed something.
Oh, they would do anything. Absolutely.
There's a huge hole in that Wrench family with him gone. We miss him, and we love you guys, the Wrench family. And the last event of the Triple Crown Series is the Vegas Nights. That's our showpiece, event every year, Vegas Nights. It is just such a big deal. I can't even tell you how big a deal this is. So David Ansbro Aldrich Flooring, they've been around Manatee County for many, many years. Again, I went to high school with David Ansbro back in the day. He supports the football team. He supports other athletic teams at the school and other things the school has got going on. We really appreciate that sponsorship.
And I'll be there. I'll be there this year.
His uncle Kenny is the athletic director at Palmetto High School. Great guy, Palmetto family.
That he is.
Butch Stansel, that whole group. Steve Nobles, it's just a big family of just great people that support this community. And that's what our functions are all about, is supporting our own community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we want to keep Palmetto a good community, a good town, a place that you want to take pride in. And taking pride, Jen, do you have something for us?
Got some results over there, Jen?
That everybody's waiting on? Let's see it.
All right, so you guys want to hear the results here now? Everybody's watching. We'll be right back out. No, I'm just kidding. So, all right, so we're going to start with spearfishing. So, the biggest amberjack, we talked about it earlier.
The viewers saw it. The viewers saw it.
Off the wall adventures with a 56-inch amberjack. I mean, that was hands down.
It was a tank.
It was a monster. Unbelievable.
And no, we're not giving out measuring tapes next year. Okay, you have to buy your own.
So that's one for off the wall of the two teams. So in second place, I'm sorry, the hogfish. Hogfish, another off-the-wall adventures with a 31-inch hogfish.
That's hard to compete with.
31-inch. That's a beautiful fish.
That's a very nice fish.
And then does off-the-wall adventures get the sweep, you think? They do not get the sweep. It's a tie.
We got a tie here,
It is a tie for third for the snapper, for the 27-inch snapper. They both had a 27-inch snapper, so they're going to have to split that.
Wow.
That's a tie. That's a tie. So off the wall had the 56-inch amberjack, the 31-inch hogfish, and they tied off the wall and Salty Boys with a 27-inch snapper.
You know, team off the wall. Yeah, why don't y'all just give it to them, guys? I mean,
no, don't do it off the wall. Don't do it. Fight. Don't do it. All right,
so both say you won.
Junior division.
Juniors.
All right, junior division. So
biggest snook.
Biggest snook. We know what that is.
Yeah.
43-inch snook by Team Wrecked. Wrecked. Yeah, that was a monster. That was probably the fish of the tournament there.
You know, now if they could have taken both, but we'll get to that.
That's right. So the biggest red, 37 inches, locally known. That's a great job.
Again, very respectable.
Very, very. And the trout, with a 20-inch trout, is Team Wrecked. Team Wrecked. So great job, guys. 43-inch snook by Rectum, 37-inch red by locally known, and 20-inch trout by Rectum. Okay, so this is the big one, the shootout. The biggest snook in the shootout division was Rats on Cheese with a 41-inch snook.
That's a very nice snook.
Very nice snook.
But now, again, the snook in the juniors division.
Hey.
Let's move on to the red.
Maybe he's 17. You never know.
Biggest red. Red. What do we got?
Biggest red. Okay, biggest red with a 35-inch red. Rats on Cheese. They got a top two. All right.
You know, Rats on Cheese. you might want to look out for these teams in the junior division.
Well, hopefully they change the name.
I see 43 and a snook and a 37-inch red in the junior, and then I'm looking at a 41-inch snook and a 35-inch red.
But the one thing that the juniors did not beat the shootout in is the trout. The trout.
You know, that's a nice trout.
That is a nice trout.
Who caught that, Tom?
That would be Atomic Performance with a 25-inch trout.
A very nice trout.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. So,
you know, it's significantly larger than what Matt Brazelton can catch.
Bringing up the rear, and he actually owes us money for that 17-inch trout that he had.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't even know why he
reported that. Why would you? That's embarrassing. I don't know. You know that guy.
Why even he took a picture of it?
He did.
Emailed it in like he was proud of it.
Not worth the effort.
No.
If it was juniors, maybe. But
who was on his team? Why would they allow that?
He's a one-man wrecking team. It's him by himself. He's out there by himself.
Just him and a wading basket.
Oh yeah.
Him and a wading basket.
Yeah,
and he usually does work.
Yes.
With redfish only. Clearly, trout's not his strong point.
We also heard that the check-in, there was some interesting pictures of the Palmetto High School offensive line coming in, and they were all wearing bikini bottoms. These big offensive linemen, 300-pounders, wearing bikini bottom.
I heard about that.
Bathing suits.
I heard about that. It's wow.
Okay, so let me run through these biggest fish results again. So, in the spearfishing category, with a 56-inch amberjack is Off the Wall Adventures. Great job. With a 31-inch hogfish, again, Off the Wall Adventures. And with a 27-inch snapper, it was a tie between Off the Wall Adventures and the Salty Boys. Junior division, with the massive 43-inch snook, Team Wrecked. And with a 37-inch red, Team Locally Known. And again, with the 20-inch trout, Team Wrecked. All right, and then the shootout results: 41-inch snook, Rats on Cheese; 35-inch red, also Rats on Cheese; and with the large 25-inch trout, Atomic Performance. So those are your biggest fish of the tournament. So that's a great job. I'm going to run over these results real quick. If you take that for me.
Yeah.
So again, just want to go over the results again of the team. Third place in the shootout, Hoff Enterprises with 90 points. Second place, Atomic Performance with 93 points. And first place, Rats on Cheese with 98 points. In the junior division, third place, Parish Outlaws with 49 points. Second place, Locally Known with 90 points. And first place in the junior division, Team Wrecked with 91 points. And again, in the spearfishing category, Team Off the Wall Adventures takes first place with 114, and Team Salty Boys with 76 points. Great turnout this year. How many
fantastic.
boats? 50 boats, roughly, for the tournament, something like that?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was something along those lines.
It was a good turnout.
Yep.
Definitely room for improvement by a lot of teams.
Yep.
I don't think any of the catches this year are just off the wall, no one can compete. I think they were all just very good catches.
Yep.
It was just inches that separated the teams. I mean, there was a lot of very close teams.
I'd like to take this time to thank everybody for putting up with this. It's been a tough tournament on your end and on our end, trying to make this work with this social distancing and all this stuff that's going on. So we really appreciate that. We look forward to a normal tournament next year with normal, situations and a party afterwards and a captain's meeting in person.
Yeah.
But it's been great. We really appreciate it. There hasn't been a lot of complaints. I mean, there have been questions, which is awesome. Hopefully we were able to communicate well with you guys, the answers to those questions, and we look for any input that you have for our tournament next year. And it was just a great time, a great tournament.
This is a tournament for the community. It's not run by some big company, and you know where your money's going.
Right.
It's going back into the community. There's no doubt about it. All of it's right there. I mean, we're not getting paid.
No.
We're here doing this for you guys.
Yep.
And we're even, or myself, I entered the tournament.
Yep.
I'm even giving back. I paid to stand here and talk for an hour.
And I'll tell you, of all the events that we do, me being the non-fisherman, when the other guys talked about doing the fishing tournament this year, they were all giddy. Robbie, Mike Ramirez, Jordan, Bill Britt, they're all excited. Everybody
our committee's definitely involved.
Very excited.
They enjoy this.
Yeah.
This isn't work to us.
Yeah.
We at least have a nice sea breeze now. It was a little bit of work in the beginning, but it's cooling off now. But the committee itself, they thoroughly enjoy this.
Yeah.
The first and only time I've seen them get frustrated throughout this whole tournament, even all the things that y'all had to get through, was going through y'all's pictures.
Yep.
That was the only thing that was a little bit frustrating. But other than that, the committee threw this together at a moment's notice. we're not going to skip a year for this tournament. We want to
Right.
do this tournament. The people love the tournament. Everybody's going to come out and do it. So we made adjustments and we made it happen this year. And luckily, all you fishermen out there, you guys still made it happen. You still came out and were able to be a part of this.
And just a reminder, returning your ruler and your bucket and all that Wednesday at Popey's 2 in Palmetto on 8th Avenue between 5 and 7. And we will contact the winners, and I'll be writing checks personally to all of you. We will get those out to you as soon as possible. So thank you guys for participating. Thank you for supporting Palmetto Academic and Athletic Association and all the things we do in our community, and we look forward to seeing you guys next year.